Plaintiff Carol Blevins met the defendant in 2008 when she moved in across the street, and they became best friends. Carol claims she and the defendant bonded over their love of Alabama football, and they often acted out together like Thelma and Louise. Carol's suing the defendant today for unpaid loans. Defendant Jamie Naples says she and Carol used to do everything together, like celebrating marriages, birthdays, and even learning the wobble together. However, Jamie's countersuing Carol for animal care.
Start with you.
Okay. First of all, Miss Naples and I met in 2008. She moved in across the street from me. We became best buddies and friends. We have a love of Alabama football, Roll Tide.
That's right. That's right. So do I.
And
second only to Michigan.
Huh?
So second only to the University of Michigan.
Second only. Nick would say that wasn't so. But anyway, so we have been a little bit naughty once in a while. I would say that we're probably the Alabama
Wild girls of Alabama?
Wild girl. Well, no, I would say we're more like Thelma and Louise.
All right, that's wild.
Well, in one particular time, my husband had decided to go over and go hang out with some buddies, and he would like to drink and tear one on. So I called and I saw he was about 2 sheets in the wind, and I said, oh no, he can't drive home. So I called Cuz and I said, hey, look, what's up? She said, I ain't doing nothing. I said, well, we on a mission. She said, what? And I said, I'm going to steal his car. So.
Oh, yeah. That's what they did, Thelma and Louise.
So we went down and stole his car, you know, to being all thuggish and hiding around the corner and stuff, and run up into the thing. And about 15 minutes later, I come back and I called him and I said, hey, I said, you sound like you're pretty wasted. He said, yeah, I'll be all right. I can make it home. And I said, well, you'll have to call me because your ride's gone.
How did he get home? Just curious.
I went and got him.
Okay.
But so anyway, so it was just one of those type things that we just did everything together. And then after all of this, you know, this has just kind of put a big wedge between our friendship and stuff like that.
Well, hopefully it won't. Hopefully it won't continue. Hopefully we can resolve it today. Ma'am, you want to give me some background?
Yes, Your Honor, I would. Like she said, we have been friends for a long time. We've done everything together, celebrate birthdays, anniversaries. We even learned the wobble together.
Wow.
New Year's Eve parties.
Is that the more
dance.
mature version of, what do they call it?
Electric slide.
No.
Nah.
Twerking?
Yeah, a more yes,
That's the mature
definitely,
version of twerking.
definitely.
All right.
You should have seen the guys.
Yeah, we had the whole bar going crazy because they were going, look at them fools.
Really, seriously, but this has put a wedge between us, and we need to get it resolved.
Aren't you all, I heard somebody say cuz.
We're cousins by marriage, and yes, I've gone to her kids' bridal showers or baby showers and stuff like that, yes.
Tell me how she owes this loan.
Well, in the last part of June of 2013, her husband had just gotten out of the hospital. Danny had been in for a few days, and I called to see how she was doing, and she said, you know, he was doing okay, but he was going to probably have to go back in. And then all of a sudden, she just broke down. And I said, what's wrong? And she goes, oh, nothing. And I said, no, what's wrong? She said, I'm about ready to lose my house. So at that time, I sat there and I said, well, you know, throw it upstairs, let the man handle it, and it'll be okay. So then we got to talking a couple days later, and I asked her if she'd figured anything out. She said no, and my husband and I talked, and he sat there and he said, well, let's lend them the money and try to help them get to where they don't lose the house. So at that time, that's what we did. I cut a check, or I actually called her mortgage company, and they took a $2,258 payment out of my bank. And then I wrote her a personal check for $242 so she can either pay the electric bill or get groceries, whatever she needed. Then a couple days later, her husband came over and asked to borrow $100. So that came up to a total of $2,600. To date, $272 has been paid back.
But the biggie is the saving the home. How much was that again?
That was $2,258.
Very kind of you. All right, and it only happened once, hopefully.
Yes,
You
yes,
only
sir.
had to, okay. So hoping you wasn't like me.
What happened to you?
No.
I got a couple of people, they come to me every year or every 6 months to save their house. Judge, I'm about to lose my house. I'm about to lose my house. You need to get an apartment.
Exactly.
You don't do well with house notes. All right, good. Ma'am, what do you say to this?
She did let us borrow the money. I told her at the time, I don't know when or if I'll ever be able to pay you back. So I couldn't keep up with my house payments.
What's your defense to paying it today?
Well, whenever I had the little bit of cash, I have paid her back whenever I could.
So you intend to?
As I can, yes, sir.
All right, so that means you're agreeing that you owe. That's good, see? We don't have to break up the friendship. You just have to get her on an accelerated payment claim. There you go. And your counterclaim, $1,660 for animal care.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about that.
Well, we've watched their animals when they've gone out of town or had to go to the doctor's office. We've figured twice a month, $10 an hour
Twice a month.
for 83 months.
Twice a month for 3 months, and that equals $1,600.
No, sir. No, Your Honor.
Okay.
83 months. Oh, from 2008. When they travel or go to the doctor in Birmingham.
So when they travel, that means you charge them just for the day or for the 24 hours?
No, 2 times a day, $10 an hour. It's been more times than that, but just on average, $1,660.
All right. Did she, when they were going out of town, did they agree to pay you?
No, sir.
Okay, so you just kind of figured. You just figured, I think I just need to be paid. Just dawned on me. I think I should have been getting paid for this. So when you told her that, what did they say?
She says she thinks it's underhanded.
What do you say to this?
What I say to this is over the same amount of years, we have also watched their animals and their house when anytime her husband was in the hospital, anytime. So we have done this in kind. There was never any monies attached to it was love and friendship. And I've got to admit, one time in 2014, I did go away for 2 weeks, and I felt that that was a long time to ask somebody to keep coming over. So at that time, I did offer, because I was paying the young man that stayed at my house $75, he was there 16 hours a day. I paid him $75 a week to stay there at the house and watch the animals. So I asked them if they would accept $50 a week over those 2 week period time, and they said yes.
That was up front.
Yes, and I deducted that from what they owed.
But that was an agreement up front, as you say.
Right, that was an agreement.
Was there any other agreements up front?
No, sir,
All right,
never any
Were there
money.
any other agreements up front?
No.
All right, what type of dogs do you have?
I have a cockapoo, a cocker spaniel, and a Yorkie pom, and 4 cats.
Wow.
And she has 2 pits.
I don't. My husband does.
And you want somebody to pay you for watching a terrier, and you have them watching pit bull. Got the whole house shook. The cats and the little dogs can't come out their room when your pit bulls are over there.
I don't fool
They
with
probably don't come out of the room. What you all do? You crack your door open, you slide the food out, and her dogs get to run to your house.
No, we live right across the street from each other, so we just walk back and forth across the street to watch. And her one dog, Cindy, I've known her, she's had several litters. She loves me, but the big boy, I'm kind of scared of him.
Thank you. Well, on the other hand, you should also be scared of that terrier, though. She has the right to be scared of. No, that little terrier snaps and barks at everybody, doesn't it?
What, the
little
Yorkie pom?
terrier, yeah,
The Yorkie pom?
yeah, Yorkie.
He's yappy, but as soon as you sit down, he's all on your lap.
We have a Yorkie, and that little dog thinks that he's bigger than he is. Yeah, he snaps at all the other dogs who are 5 times his size and talks crazy to me. Jumps in your seat when you get up and dare you to try and move him when you come back. No, but there was no agreement up front. In order to enforce any services, there must be an agreement for those services. You can't wait and determine that you should be paid. So I'm going to have to grant her judgment. You agree that you owe, and $2,328 is your judgment, and your claim must be dismissed. Good luck to you, ladies. Now you have your friendship back. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Can we be friends again?
Yes.
All right.
I love you, cuz.
I love you too.
We're going to go back to being Thelma and Louise.
Yeah. We're gonna roll tide.
Give me a hug.